You are listening to Productivity Straight Talk with your host, Amber De La Garza. Amber is a sought-after productivity coach, trainer, speaker, and writer who gives entrepreneurs the straight talk on personal productivity. No BS, fluff, or overused jargon. Just actionable strategies to get results and succeed in business. And here is your host, Amber De La Garza, the Productivity Specialist.
Welcome, and thank you for listening to Productivity Straight Talk. Today is episode 73. Creating your fourth quarter strategic plan to finish the year off strong. If you are an entrepreneur who wants actionable solutions to maximize profits, reduce stress, and make time for what matters most, then you're in the right place, and I'm so glad you've joined me. I just want to jump in here before we jump into today's episode and give you an update on the program that I was inviting you to last week, Stop the Entrepreneur's Success Solution. I'm happy to tell you that as of the recording of this episode, we have fully filled the first round of the program. And we are currently taking wait list interest for those who are interested in the program that will be rerunning again in January. I've got to tell you, I am so blown away at the interest and the feedback from the program. For those of you that took a look at it, many of you had said, oh my gosh, I so want to do the program, but you just weren't quite ready to do it right now in the fourth quarter. And I understand because I hope that you are planning your quarters out. So if you're thinking about what kind of support, coaching, and training you're going to want to start 2019 off with a bang, then join me over at amberdelagarza.com/stop, S-T-O-P. And be sure to add yourself to the wait list to be contacted when we're ready to enroll for the 2019 January relaunch of Stop the Entrepreneur's Success Solution. My goal today is to help you create a stellar fourth quarter strategic plan so you can charge forward with increased momentum towards your goals and set yourself up for a successful and profitable 2019. I'm really looking forward to this episode because you're going to discover why having a strong fourth quarter is a must, what's holding you back from charging forward later in the year, why many businesses tank in the fourth quarter, what you need to consider in creating your fourth quarter strategic plan, and so much more. So let's dive right in and get straight to it. If you are like me, you love hearing about a great comeback story. And I thought, what better place to find a great comeback story than in sports? So I tapped into my resident sports expert, my husband, and asked him, look, I am looking for this great story that I can share about a team that has been the underdog and way behind and somehow in the fourth quarter came through. And it's no surprise that he was able to name off the number one comeback story in NFL history. But to put a cherry on top, it is actually the team that he has rooted for since he was about 12 years old. And so that comeback story is the AFC wildcard game of 1993 between the Buffalo Bills, which is who he roots for, and the Houston Oilers. They maintain the title of biggest sports comeback of NFL history. The game has also been deemed simply the comeback by football fans. The Bills overcame a 32-point deficit to defeat the Oilers in overtime with a score of 41-38. Now, I am not a sports guru, but I do know that it is amazing when you see your sports team come back. And perhaps you need to be rooting for yourself in the fourth quarter of 2018. Perhaps you may feel like you need a good comeback story to actually hit the goals that you set for yourself in January of 2018. And I am here to tell you that comeback stories are not just in sports. I'm here to tell you that you deserve your own comeback story. And if you don't need a comeback story, but you need some encouragement to stay the path and finish strong, then I'm here to do that today as well. Because I actually had a very touching conversation with one of my clients who is absolutely on target to reach goals that she has never achieved before. And she told me that she has a tendency to check out in the fourth quarter. She just does what it takes to be on autopilot, but she's not charging forward. We had a really good conversation about why that had been her reality in past years. And what is she going to do this year that's different to get different results and finish strong? There's a lot of lessons in the Buffalo Bills finishing strong after being behind for almost the entire game. But I also think that there's a lot to be said about the other team that was ahead and kind of maybe perhaps took their eye off the ball. Were they running out of energy? Did they get lazy or clumsy or complacent or overconfident that they had the game in the bag? I don't know about you, but in 1993, I was not watching this game. So I am making some assumptions. And for those of you that did watch the game, I am interested to find out what was your takeaway. What I know is that there's a lot of parallels here with entrepreneurship. The fourth quarter can be just like that for entrepreneurs as well. Many of you started out 2018 super strong with New Year's resolutions, goals, and perhaps even a strategic plan for your business. You woke up early each morning with a plan to conquer the day, stayed laser focused on your tasks, completed your highest priorities, kept your office organized, maybe perhaps mostly organized. And for some of you, it lasted months, and for others, it may have lasted a few days. And so I am inviting you to create your own reality to what the fourth quarter will hold for you. I want you to ask yourself, are you starting to fade away as we enter the fourth quarter? Are you tapping out like you're a high school senior after spring break? Are you just mailing it in because you feel you're not anywhere close to meeting your goals? Maybe you don't have the resources or support that you need. Maybe you feel like you just don't have enough time to make those goals a reality. Perhaps you lack the energy and motivation that you feel you need to create the results you desire in your business. You've never been able to get a lot done around the holidays before, so you figure, why start now? That this season of the year is more for family and holidays and all the things. I've seen businesses just tank in the fourth quarter because they get tied up in holiday commitments and taking time off, and it's the end of the year, and so they just give up. The fourth quarter is not the time to give up. It's the time to pull through and charge forward to accomplish your goals. When your competitors' focus, effort, and energy start dwindling fourth quarter, you can make it your best quarter of the year. And I have seen this done time and time again. Perhaps you're in real estate and you're thinking, no one wants to buy or sell homes during the holidays. I would encourage you to truly ask yourself, is that true? Because I know that if I needed to sell my home because I was getting married or my kids were leaving the house or my job requested me to relocate, really, the reasons are endless. That is not contingent about what time of year or what holiday season is there. And yet there are so many people that truly believe that that's reality that they check out for the fourth quarter. And I have seen realtors that decided not to check out clean house. Meaning while their competitors checked out, they were the only ones making the phone calls, showing up to the appointments, asking for the business, and therefore hit those goals that they otherwise may have not hit if they believed those reasons and excuses and just checked out. You could be the track runner, Marin Simon. During an important race, an Oregon runner celebrated prematurely. And in the last seconds of the race, Marin squeezed by and won. The Oregon runner thought he had the win in the bag. He slowed up in his last few seconds and even gestured to the crowd to stand up and applaud his win, only to be overtaken by Marin. In a lot of industries, your competitors are checking out the fourth quarter. They feel they've done what they needed to do for the year and stop putting in the effort. Don't discount the last quarter. It's a great time to show up when no one else is. Think about how much you've accomplished in, say, your first quarter this year when you were completely focused and goal-oriented because it was a new year and a fresh start. Well, right now, October 1st can be that fresh start as well. You can have the same, if not higher growth now than you had in the first quarter. I am telling you, the gold is in the fourth quarter. It's imperative to buckle down and finish the year strong. How you finish this year sets you up to either do well or to dig yourself out of a hole come January. Keep the momentum going so that you can charge forward. If you sit on the sidelines instead of playing in the game and continue making strides in your business, you are sabotaging a quarter of your year. That means 25% of the year that you have to contribute to reaching those goals is sabotaged. You're screwing yourself out of 3 months worth of time that you could actively be pursuing your goals. And you can achieve that by reviewing your previous quarter, then creating and executing a stellar fourth quarter strategic plan. I'm going to share with you how to create your strategic plan by reviewing your previous quarter. It all starts with evaluating what you're doing right now and asking the right questions. I bet you're wondering, what are those right questions? Before I share with you the right questions, or rather the questions that I use regularly, I want to tell you, why are we even starting with questions? And why is that the first step to creating a strategic plan? And the reason that we start with questions is because oftentimes when a strategic plan is created, it's not really taking into consideration what has worked, what hasn't worked, and really evaluating what has happened in our businesses and currently happening in our businesses that has gotten us the results currently in our business. And if we're looking for different results or continuing the results that we are currently experiencing, or to change the results that we're currently getting, we have to have clarity on what got us here. The first question that I want you to ask yourself is, what are you going to stop doing? Meaning, after you're evaluating your current quarter or your previous year, and you're very clear about your goal, ask yourself, what do you need to stop doing to make it possible for you to reach that goal? Question number 2, what do you need to continue to do that makes it possible to achieve that goal? Number 3, what do you need to do more of to make that goal achievement possible? Number 4, what do you need to do less of to make achieving that goal possible? And lastly, what are you going to start doing to achieve that goal? Please hear the order in which I asked these questions. I did not start with, what do you need to start doing? And this is very strategic because I believe that so often we get caught up in what we need to start doing to make a different reality, when oftentimes you might find the answers in what you need to stop doing or what you need to continue doing and celebrating the things that you're doing right. Maybe you're doing something, but you feel that you are willing to double down on that strategy, so you want to do more of it. Other times, it's just simply doing less of something and not necessarily eliminating that thing. And lastly, what are you going to start doing? Now, these are very broad questions, and you can answer them any way that feels right. These could be specific projects where you're spending your time, beliefs that you have, habits that you have, routines that you have. You can plug in anything into these questions. What do you need to stop doing? What do you need to continue doing? What do you need more of? What do you need less of? And what do you need to start doing to make it possible to achieve that goal? I hope that these 5 questions are going to help you gain the clarity needed for you to create a strategic plan for the 4th quarter, and not just create that strategic plan, but then take action on it. I hope this episode of Productivity Straight Talk has been super valuable for you and has encouraged you to finish the 4th quarter strong. Before we close out, I have a special invite for you. I am getting ready for a special series of Productivity Straight Talk where I'm going to be doing some on-air coaching. If you're facing a productivity challenge that has become too hard to tackle on your own, or perhaps you're stuck on a plateau of indecision as to which steps to take next in your business, have you ever considered what working with a productivity coach would be like and wondered, what would that be like for me? Then great news. I will be conducting several on-air coaching sessions in the coming months. If you are interested in participating in one of these free sessions with me and are willing to divulge your current struggles with productivity, I invite you to go to theproductivityspecialist.com/on-air coaching for more details. Applying should take no more than a few minutes, and I can't wait to hear from you. Myself or my team will be in touch when we are ready to record, and I am looking forward to hearing from you. So if you think that you can get on the mic and share your productivity challenges and are willing to be vulnerable and coached on air, then this is a great opportunity of getting a taste of what it's like to work with me. I have loved having you listen to Productivity Straight Talk, but I need to be straight with you. No change, no change. Without taking action, nothing will change for you or your business. So based on what you learned today, what will you take action on? This could be anything, but perhaps you never considered having a fresh start for the 4th quarter, or evaluating your previous results in your business to create your new strategy for the 4th quarter. Whatever your takeaways were, I encourage you to go take action. If you want to go deeper on this topic and ask me questions, join us on the Inside of Productivity Straight Talk Facebook community. On Wednesday morning at 9:30 a.m. Pacific Standard, I will be going live on this very topic. So if you're not already a Productivity Straight Talk community member, you can join us by going to productivitycommunity.com. And for those of you that are already members, I am looking forward to seeing you on the Facebook Live this Wednesday. And before we close out, one last special thank you. I really want to thank you for leaving me reviews and sharing Productivity Straight Talk with other entrepreneurs. If you have not already done so, and you are a longtime or even a repeat listener and you newly found Productivity Straight Talk, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and leave me a review on iTunes. When reviews are left on iTunes, it kind of helps the juice of being found by other people that could really find this podcast valuable. So if you have a few moments and would like to reinvest in me and the podcast, I would surely appreciate you heading on over to iTunes and leaving us a review. I have a special thank you for Mr. Glenn Meyer, who recently said, I've listened to several episodes of Productivity Straight Talk, and I can't wait for more. It feels like I'm sitting with a friend talking about ideas to improve our businesses. There's no agenda being pushed beyond giving the listeners real-world actionable tips that they can use to really make a difference in their lives. Amber's delivery is fun, engaging, and most of all, practical. I have nothing but appreciation for her and all of her guests for taking their time to put out this great information. Thank you so much, Glenn, and thank you for letting us hear what your takeaways have been from Productivity Straight Talk and your experiences. That's my Straight Talk for today, and until next time, have a productive week.